He roams the earth in search of cold beer, good tunes, free bud, and the occasional afternoon lap dance. Street urchins cry his name, and this is his story. These are the Thrashman Chronicles.
Thrashman Chronicles, Volume 1, Chapter 12, Solving the World's Problems, one beer at a time. I'm Johnny Thrash, and tonight I am joined by Mr. Bobby Scobie.
What's up?
Mr. Jeff Catlin.
How's it going?
Second time around, the brothers here hanging.
Round
and,
two.
Repeat offenders. Welcome, man. It's good to have you on. And
Stoked.
So, last week, the podcast was titled Daddy Wants an Xbox because it became clear to God and everybody that I'd actually kind of pointed my wife in the direction of what I wanted for Father's Day. And I ended up getting it, I sent her a link. I'm like, hey, you know what? This is a great, this gift right here. We're going to do this anyway. Let's go ahead and use this as an excuse to go ahead and get ourselves an Xbox One. It's time to step up and let's make this happen. And so I got the Xbox, and the worthlessness has been epic ever since. I mean, it's just, dude. Oh, when you
can't blame you there, man.
When you make the step up to the next generation, I mean, damn.
We still hadn't made that step yet.
No.
To me, there hadn't been anything, I guess, game-wise worthwhile to make me spend the extra money.
Yeah.
I hadn't been keeping a big eye on it, but I did see that Fallout 4 is coming out in November, and I'm a super nerd for those Fallout games.
Understatement.
So that's gonna make me go ahead and jump up and get the next generation console.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be something that does it, I mean, I think for me it was Arkham Knight, but it was the which they may have it for 360. I'm not really sure. I just used it as the excuse. It's like,
of
okay,
course, yeah.
It's time to go ahead and do this. Let's make this switch. It's been over a year now. I've been waiting for an opportunity to get an Xbox One. I'm going to step up from this thing, and the graphics blow my mind. The gameplay is so smooth. I thought back to when 360 came out and PS3, it was like, dude, what? They're gonna plateau sooner or later, but they haven't necessarily yet. I'm still kind of waiting for that to happen, and it's like it's awesome though that they continue to make these kind of strides, man. It's really cool, and after you play it. But 360 is still like I didn't feel the need to just run out. I gotta get an Xbox One on midnight the day of. I wasn't prepared to do that.
I've always been several years behind anyway.
Me too, absolutely. Me too.
It gives them time to work the bugs out, all the glitches, and the price comes down considerably.
That's always my deal, man.
I just got like a PS3 back at Christmas. And it was used, but I didn't care. I was still pretty stoked about it. Oh, dude,
absolutely.
Because, I haven't had a PlayStation since early 2000s.
The two?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah, so,
And it was crazy back when you had, like, the 1 or the 2. You were like, oh, the graphics are so much better than something on, like, your Nintendo or Super Nintendo. It's like, how are they going to get better than this? And now we have the Xbox One that's... like lifelike looking graphics.
Holy shit, man. And you know what's fucked up is as badass as everything is, the kids are playing Minecraft. My son is laying down in there right now in this den on that 360, getting up on some Minecraft, and it's like, that looks like something I would have played back. It's just like, this is a step backwards, but they love it.
And I understand the appeal of it, but it's not for me.
Right,
I've seen lots of people play it.
Looks like a 3D Super Mario World.
Yeah. And dude's just like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go build this house over here, and then like I gotta go get in this castle. But see, these things are gonna get me at night, and it's like the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. I can just imagine being that age and having that, and building what my imagination was just ridiculous anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that with Legos. I couldn't imagine doing it on
a game.
Yeah,
like
and
a
he
game
and he
where-
too.
where-
Yeah,
where-
that's
where
the root
wasn't-
of this.
where
Yeah,
I wasn't limited at all. You know, by the number of 6 space blocks I had.
no,
or-
right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's but yeah, as advanced as everything is, it's crazy to me that, man, it comes back to, well, you know, sometimes just basic shit really works. Sometimes it's fun to play darts, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, some foosball or something, you know. I love a great video game. I love to be able to sit down and you play something like a Arkham Knight, which is it's almost like a new fictional medium.
Yeah.
You know, you would put up there with movies or TV series or comics or whatever. It's another type of medium like that fits in a lot of cases with the storyline or whatever's going on. You know,
Because a lot of those Batman games take kind of a different line than the I guess what's explained in the movies or comics and such. Or am I totally wrong on
there's
that?
the same basis, but
yeah, I think
there's not a set storyline for each character.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or it's
now,
not like something you've seen before. I mean, there's the same backstory.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Okay.
It's almost in a different, you know, there's Walking Dead games which are, it's like the comic where, say, the comic versus the TV series, how it's different. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
It's, you know, because the Walking Dead video game is different too. There are things like Terminus. Terminus was apparently a combination of the farm and the hunters, but the hunters came out of Terminus. So I think, you know, it's kind of like that. You're still you're existing in the universe, but maybe it's not necessarily falling in line with whatever's going on with the comic or whatever TV series, whatever movie they have going on. But it's happening. It's in that realm. I mean, and when I play those video games, it's like that. It has a finality to it like that. By the time you get to that game and you're exploring a whole nother aspect of it. I know with Star Wars video games, George Lucas signed off on anything Star Wars. It has to fit into the universe, you know.
Yeah.
And
I think I had that first Battlefront game.
I love it.
That
And
was
the
pretty
next
cool.
one's coming.
It looks awesome.
And I got it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready. When November arrives, I will be glued to that couch right there. Jeff, right where you're at? Yeah. It'll take a blowtorch to get me off that son of a bitch, man. It's gonna be bad. Yeah, and that Arkham Knight, I got to spend all evening with it on Tuesday, and I'm really digging it. It's different from Arkham City. In that you have the Batmobile, which it gives it almost that Grand Theft Auto aspect at this point. But the problem is the controls are almost like Grand Theft Auto, but not exactly. So there's a learning curve, and they're slamming into walls and shit like that. It's like the acceleration is the same, but the brake is the X button. And that takes a minute, but it controls really well. That's the thing about the Xbox One, playing Madden on it. That had to be the first game I played, dude.
That's all.
That's got to be, man.
Because I'm all about sports games. You can ask him.
Sports games.
I just sit in my room.
Man.
Like I just bought MLB 15 or the show. I bought the show for.
Oh, you damn right,
15.
PlayStation, dude. That's a reason to own
So that's all
God
I've been
of
doing.
War. That and God of War, if that's not a reason to own a PlayStation, I know I was close on it. The only I guess, there was a bit of brand loyalty because I've been with Xbox ever since the first Xbox.
Yeah.
And but honestly, I owned a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 2, just not a 3, because I went with the 360. And this time around, I thought about it, and honestly, I don't know how active I'm going to get online as far as gaming goes. I don't really.
The only thing we use it for is Call of Duty, and we haven't played that in several months.
Yeah, I know. I have a lot of people hitting me up on like Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and they're, well, what's your gamer tag? And I have it JThrash91, and hopefully eventually I'll get online and play. I just really don't. With Madden, I love to do franchise, and I just live vicariously. I'm the owner. I'll always have two of them. I'll have a Cowboys one, and then I'll have like the Raiders or someone like that I just want to turn around.
Yeah.
Be like the savior. Or something, Hey, we went undefeated. I mean, I didn't save a few games.
I've rage quit my fair share of times. You're not telling me anything.
Make some trades that are like back in the day before it would put you in check on trades, you know.
I've heard some stories about Johnny Thrash rage quit and PlayStation controllers.
Oh man, yeah, I did. It was alcohol involved. Yeah, it's just bad, dude. Yeah. Not good.
I am 100% right there. If I get throw too many interceptions, I'm like, no, fuck this, I'm out.
I'm supposed to be the best too, man.
Aaron Rodgers does not throw interceptions.
I know.
Packers fan over here.
Yeah, I know.
No regrets.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? You got to stick to your guns, you know. But hey, and you know, speaking of sports, and one thing we can agree on is the MLB. You know, the Rangers not looking too bad. Just got swept. We were talking about that before we went on the air, but they had just got swept by the A's, man. Freaking Oakland, dude. Oh, that team. Yeah. They sneak up, man. They sneak. Yeah. That's what they do. They snake. They don't go away, and they have a slump, and that's just the deal with Oakland, man. And as a Ranger fan, any Ranger fan can identify with this. As a kid, ever since I really understood what was going on with baseball and football and stuff like that, the Rangers had decent teams, but there would always be like the A's. They always had to get past the A's, and the A's would be that team that would win it all one year, and then the next year they're in the cellar. But they were so good at fucking it up for you, you know. And that's just kind of what they've always done is fucked it up for the Rangers, and this sweep just sums it all up, man.
I think it was my first game I ever went to.
Oh, was that playoff, or they were trying to get in the playoffs? I remember that. It
was right before Josh was leaving. He was on his way out, and we all knew it.
Yeah.
It wasn't the game where he jogged back to that missed, you know.
Yeah.
Missed ball, but I just remember him not even trying, and I was so pissed off with him for my first game because I had made a bet with my friend the year before that we made it to the World Series. I was like, they make it to the World Series, I'll become a Rangers fan. I'll watch baseball. Right. I hadn't paid attention to baseball since grade school.
Yeah.
And then that happened, and then Josh ruined it for me. But then...
Because weren't you like a Yankees fan or something like that before that?
No, I just had a Yankees hat.
Oh, okay.
It looked cool. You like the hat.
Yeah. I was like, I need a hat. And I was completely against Texas just because everyone else liked them.
Oh, yeah.
I was that guy. I was like, oh, you like Texas? Fuck you.
Still a little bit. Still give me fits.
Only the Cowboys.
Oh, and the best one.
America's team.
The one that's just like, you can look at anybody and go, what? You know, go, what? They're bad. You know? I mean, and there are several teams you can say the same thing with your Packers.
Yeah.
The Patriots, the 49ers, the Steelers.
The Patriots too.
Yeah. And but you know, it's nice to have one of those teams.
Yeah.
When you can go, what?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, with the Rangers, we don't have that yet. Yeah. But you know, but being Ranger fans, we know that they've been a pretty good franchise. You know,
we just have our
they just got consummate it, man. Let's consummate the relationship. Win the championship. Just do it.
I'll be happy. Yeah, I'll be like, okay. I don't care. I don't care how shitty you are next season.
And then at that point, all four of our teams have it. They've all, you know, everyone's won a world championship, and we're spoiled. You think about other towns like Detroit. You know, obviously like Jacksonville, Florida, but they just have one professional team. But other areas like, you know, Washington D.C. Other than what the Redskins gave them back in the 80s, they never really had good teams in D.C. in anything.
I think the Nationals the past couple of years, but
they're solid. They're
up and down.
They still haven't had that, and I don't know how good their hockey team is. I'm not that close of a hockey fan. I'll follow the Stars.
I only know about Ovechkin, Rusky.
Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Was he a goaltender? Alex Ovechkin. See, I think hockey's a cool game.
Yeah.
I have so much time, for whatever. And
he's literally like the only player I knew other than Madonna, and I know he played for Dallas, and that's literally and Gretzky. Everyone knows Gretzky.
Oh yeah. You have to. It's like not knowing Babe Ruth. I mean, when it comes to a certain sport,
that's my hockey knowledge.
Yeah, I know.
I think all my hockey knowledge comes from the Mighty Ducks. And that's about
the movie.
Yep, that's about it.
Yeah, right.
That's about it.
I know. Here we realize the generation gap.
Yes,
but I will tell you that I will root for the Indian team, the Blackhawks, obviously. But
well, yeah,
of course you would.
Yeah, because I'm a savage.
Yeah, well, dude, you should. I mean, and what's great about that is it's not offensive. I mean, I can understand.
Yeah,
I can understand when people get the Redskin thing. This isn't the Indians, or Seminoles or something like that. So yeah, I understand where there's that controversy. But
Doesn't bother me.
But what this has always been my deal is always like, the thing is, you wouldn't name a team after something weak. You would never do that.
That's true.
You would never ever do that. I look at that as I would take it as a source of pride. Like, man, you don't you're not the pussies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just that you name a team after something strong and
Valiant Warriors.
But I understand. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
good.
It's all right. But yeah, man. And here we are. You start talking about sensitive subjects, and then you have what happened in the nuttiness in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And everybody's got a side in this and that. And I always keep it kind of light. Especially on social media. But man, dude, is social media right now just it's kind of hard to be on there. It's like, man,
I was just talking with my mom about that, and I'm very on the fence about it.
Yeah,
because I was raised around it.
Mm-hmm. I know, and yeah,
and then my grandpa and my dad were far from racist, and anyone ever said that, I'd punch him in the mouth.
Right.
It's just one of those kind of things.
I know. I'm the same way. It's like, okay, I understand institutions going, okay, let's not have it at the state capitol. Let's put it in a museum, whatever. That's fine. But it's getting to a ban point now because retailers are just pulling it. You're not going to be able to get them on Amazon. You're not going to be able to get anything. It's just like, oh man, we're banning shit in the United States.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot of even like universities and towns are looking at even some of the statues they have of like
Confederate
generals. They're looking at taking those down or stuff like that.
Well, shit.
Look,
we're from Alba Park.
Yeah.
Look at our fight song.
That's right. It's a rough. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You got a history.
Our fight song is Dixie.
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't help our situation out there any.
I know.
And it also could be that we've just grown up around it and.
We're desensitized.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point, man.
Be, yeah.
But yeah, it's a heavy thing,
It is.
And everything now is really, it's I hate to take the high road. I always do, man. It's just that you think, man, I really don't want to get into this, and then you log on to Facebook or Twitter.
That's
all it is. Man.
I would usually be the first person to post something, but it's just one of those things that I'm just I don't want to get in, and I'm always about arguing too.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those
debate. Yeah.
This is one of those things that I'm just not in the mood for.
Man, I know, me too, man. And y'all know me. I dodge that kind of thing and prefer to take the high road. I mean, it's one thing to have an opinion and want to debate about it, and then there's others of us that have an opinion and we keep it to ourselves. Or we maybe discuss those things amongst like-minded people to avoid any sort of discourse. I don't want to rub one of my friends the wrong way who doesn't maybe feel the same way about something that I do. So if I think something's sensitive, and I think I just that's the thing about social media is I think some people don't understand that you're putting it out in front of the fucking world, man.
You are.
You need to understand that there are repercussions of that because the righteous hang out on Facebook, the righteous hang out on Twitter. And they are waiting for you to be unrighteous. They want to come and flame you. They flock. They're fucking swarming like vultures, and I hate that it's come to that because it wasn't born like that. It's like when MySpace was just like this clunky thing. I can't even. It's almost comical when you think back to it now. How clean the experience is with Facebook, and how neat and fluid everything is compared to during MySpace's days, and people putting together these ridiculous looking profiles and stuff that slowed everybody's shit down at a time.
Guilty.
Hey, me too. No. Hey, me too. Yeah. You know, records and stuff. You know, I had cool
had,
like
had
album
the background, had like
backgrounds
had,
and like
had a 20
song
playlist. Yeah, guilty.
Yeah.
No regrets.
Oh,
Not
absolutely
one.
not, dude. I was right there with you. But I mean, it's come so far from there, and now it went from it's cool, I can keep up with what he's doing, to I'm important.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I got a loudspeaker.
The I guess the streamlined interface of Facebook on how you can just post something so quick for the entire world to see is bad for a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
And
bullshit gets spread fast.
It does.
Buddy.
It does.
Faster than anything else, right?
You don't take the time to think about what you're posting, or
dude,
That's
never drunk or never in anger.
That's again. That's me. I'm like, oh, I fucking hate everybody.
Oh, you want to,
shit,
yeah,
and I do, and then it's just a shithole that I had to deal with.
Yeah.
And I'll delete it, and then I'll be like, no, I take that back, and I have to do it. And this isn't even drunk. This is just me in a blind. This is just me in a blind rage over
world.
whatever. Yeah. I'm just sitting at work, pissed off,
mad
constantly.
Oh, you all. But yeah, you know, and that's the thing to me though, is that Facebook can be such a good thing. I mean, it is so awesome that I know what people I went to high school are doing, people that I was cool with, you know what I'm saying, or maybe just casual, a handshake type thing. How you been? Kind of people. We know what each other are doing. I like that. That's cool. So it's a give and take, man.
Pros and cons,
dude. No shit. Social media. Fuck. I know, and every social media site has its own hat too, their own personality. Like Facebook is the total here's me. Yeah. And I think you look at Twitter is like, oh fuck you, you're stupid.
Twitter's where I post stuff so my boss can't see.
Yeah, because it just.
Yeah.
It's a public document.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, they're all public. Whereas on Facebook, if you fuck up, somebody takes a screenshot. It's your friend. No matter what you did, and they're waiting to take that screenshot, man.
Waiting.
Oh please. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. Shit. Bullshit. Heat. I want some friction around this sumbitch, man. I don't understand how people. I just don't get that, dude. How the fuck do you want? How do you like shit?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I got shit
Why
going on.
Why would you want to put more drama in your life?
Oh my God. Holy shit. Why would you want it?
Sometimes I get bored.
I know. I want some shit. Let's go poke around.
It's been a boring day. I need something.
I'll tell you what, man. Me and Ash had a similar discussion, not on the podcast, but out at the pub. It was last week we got together, but it was like I've been, totally hit by an absolute Twitter troll. Someone who has an account that doesn't, there's no face, there's no name, there's no location, just a total Twitter troll. I've, had that attack. I've been the recipient of an attack from people like that in the past, as the station mostly.
Yeah.
But sometimes my personal Twitter. And it's just like, there is nothing that fires me up more than that. It's like, man, you know what? If you're going to talk some shit to me, have the balls to put your face to what you say. I don't mind somebody being brave on the other end of that computer, and then they see me in person and just being like, hey, it's cool,
Whenever me and my friend Rachel met the people from Sports Nation when they were in Dallas.
Okay, yeah.
I had my Packers shirt. You bet, because that was the same week Cowboys played the Packers.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I was like, shit, I'm gonna wear this in Dallas. And then I put it on Twitter, and like Michelle Beadle, whoever, she retweeted it, and that just blew up my Twitter.
Oh, okay.
And then there's all these people talking shit like, dude, I don't even know you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're I don't know. It's dumb. You're just gonna talk.
And the no face screen name. It's that person saying something that they would never normally say to you.
Oh yeah,
If you knew anything about them, or like if there was any way for you to get back to them.
How pathetic and small can you be? You know,
I was compared to a young Artie Lang. So, I mean, I'll take that with I mean, it's cool, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, okay. Not an alcoholic.
Well, you know, we wish you would come around, Bobby. We really, really do, man. It's a great club. We love our lives, man. Y'all see where that deal came up the other day? Old boy out in California had claimed that he'd eaten. He had got those some tenders from KFC. And he actually instead got a rat, and the picture went viral, as you would expect, because something like that is absolutely going to go viral, which I think is what he wanted. Well, KFC, to their credit, denied it from the beginning, and they've came back since this dude, DeVoris Dixon, posted all this shit on Facebook, and DNA testing has been done on it and whatnot, and it was just a fucking chicken tender that had some batter that just kind of hanging on, and it just kind of had an odd shape. I didn't immediately think rat. In fact, I saw it from the beginning, and I'm like, okay, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
This dude, man. I mean, but this dude's waiting for fame or for cash or something. What, I mean, you gotta know. It's a funny story.
The wildest part to me about the story, not to like cut you off, is that he took it to the manager, and the manager was like, "Oh yeah, it's a rat." Like,
I know.
This happened before. Sorry,
no shit.
I mean, that's something I would joke about, but like, no, man, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I'm only fucking with you.
Yeah.
That is so not a rat.
Yeah.
When I worked at Golden Chick, we had some odd shaped looking tenders, and they were never like shaped to a rat. But,
right, but yeah.
Like, oh yeah, it's totally a rat.
You've
caught it in the back.
I mean, seriously, when I get a box of tenders, man, I mean, they're so damn random anyway. I mean, there's no telling what you can get. But if I were that manager, I would have just sat there and said, I'm going to cut into this.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut into this, and I'm going to fucking show you that there is nothing but white breast meat in there, and that is just a big old overhang of batter. So, yeah, you hit the nail. You took the words out of my mouth. I'm like, well, what the fuck? This is my thing. It's like, dude's looking for something. I would be offended at that if I were a manager, because I'd have had enough pride in my store and my crew and belief in them that it's just like, because when I first saw that first picture, I was like, no, this dude just got a really weird looking tender.
Yeah.
Also, someone would have had to take the time to
batter the
rat. Somewhere there's some asshole that would do some shit that.
He would.
It's there, so it's not. Yeah, that's the fucked up thing about it, because there is that hint of doubt living in the world in 2015 that there's a motherfucker that would deep fry a rat and serve it to you. Unfortunately, but this was not the case. This was another thing that happens in 2015. A dude wanting a little bit of money.
Yes.
Maybe a little bit of fame. Who knows?
Yeah.
In fame, whatever you call it.
And he got it, but I mean, now
he's just like, you're a douche.
Yeah. Thanks for wasting my time.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Fucking asshole. Oh, and isn't that some shit too? How fast things pass over. It was like it
blew up, and then it was nothing.
Think about the Monica Lewinsky shit back in the 90s. Y'all were little, but you gotta remember that.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it still gets brought up today.
I mean, dude, that went as long as it did because it was totally perpetuated by the media. If that would have happened now, it would come up from time to time as hearings and shit took place, but there's too much other shit for everybody else to jump on. I think
that goes back to the social media Facebook thing. Back in the Clinton days, that there was all you had was your your media stations, and that's where you get your news from.
Right.
So as long as they wanted to keep bringing that up, that's
ratings. That's keeping people attached. Yes, absolutely. Now the consumer chooses what the big story is.
Of course. Yeah.
That's the big difference. Back in the day, the media outlet had the choice. Now we rely on which radio. I'm coming from a perspective where that's what we always relied on.
Yeah.
You looked at record sales and stuff like that. You went, this is what they like. That wasn't how media outlets worked. Media outlets gave you what they wanted to give you, and they still do to an extent. But you can choose to go, I have options aside from that. The things that I took as truths in the 80s might not have been truths, Yeah. Because this was something it's the news. Why would they lie? Why would they omit? But you look at everything. You hear the anti MSNBC people, the anti Fox people, and I get why you're anti whoever, because they're all going to omit certain truths.
Yeah.
There are truths with universal and affordable health care. The fact of the matter is, everyone has the option. The other fact of the matter is that, well, if you don't get it, you're going to pay the government anyway, and it's not necessarily cheaper, because my wife ended up going through hers, which was considerably more expensive, which back in the day, but it wasn't in comparison to what the universal and affordable health care act. So there's goods and bads of everything, and it's just a matter of who's going to omit what, and that's why it's kind of a joke to me.
Yeah.
And it's I'm political, but I don't really I don't toe a line. I'm not, I have people that I get behind and whatnot, but I'll be the first sumbitch to sit out there and go, man, you're wrong. I typically agree with your philosophies, but that's wrong. Abbott here lately with the recreational marijuana is never going to become
as long
legal.
As he's in office.
It's like, oh, you're going to say that? No, that's not your choice. That is an authoritarian type of thing. This is a democracy we live in, and that should be left to the people to decide. Leave that to the people. You're already saying that, yes, there are therapeutic applications for marijuana. You've acknowledged that. And sometimes those of us who decide to use it in a recreational environment, it's also a bit therapeutic too.
Yeah, you can have a shit day, light up, and then
that's right.
Everything goes away.
Dude, it's like just because you smoke weed doesn't mean you're high from dusk till fucking...
You're a dirty fucking
dawn to dusk,
drink all day.
Exactly. And, you would hear people who would say things like, oh, I don't want my surgeon being high. Your surgeon's probably not going to be high. Yeah. My guess is that your surgeon's a pro. That's a pretty big deal being a surgeon. I'm hoping that surgeon would at least, know to, hey, there's a time to play, and there's a time to work. And, I just...
If your surgeon's going to be high when he does that, he's probably already drunk while he's doing it, too. So,
I'll tell you the truth. If he's high, he's probably just, into it, man.
Yeah,
God, I have the best job.
And then he wouldn't even have to have one of those, super high-tech robots. He would be doing it by hand. He would be like,
steady
hands.
No,
man. Check me out, yo.
Super careful.
What's up? It was badass, huh?
Check this shit out.
Yeah, I'm a motherfucking surgeon. Good Lord, man. Oh, man. But, as times go, though, things are changing. We're living in a world that's changing. And not all change is good, Not all change is good. There's a company that wants to... they're waiting approval for a form of women's underwear that will disguise the camel toe. Now look, as a perverted male, there is not enough stimulation out there as it is, okay? Look, we look forward to this sort of thing, okay? When a woman walks into a room and she has got this glaring moose knuckle that's staring you across the room, when she leaves, the men in that room are going to discuss that moose knuckle.
It's going to be us.
It's just like, did you see how fat that thing? And these people, man, they want to get rid of it. It's a company called Seamless Thread is the parent company, but the actual line, I guess, is, as you would say, it's called Camel No, and they're using a flexible silicone liner in the underwear it's made of a polyester and spandex blend, and that's what they're waiting for approval on and whatnot. And the most practical use is when you sweat, it won't create a smell. I'm not going to
Hey,
that's good. I'm glad you went right to a great positive there, because so far I'm seeing a fucking negative.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, wait, you really don't need to hide that thing, man. Let that booger hang out there and just stare us all in the face, man.
In the words of the great Alfred, some men just want to watch the world burn.
That's it. You know, it could be a bit distracting, but it's just distracting in a good way.
Everything.
Yeah. Maybe a positive of it, it might weed out some of the ones you don't want to see.
True.
Take another route for every gorgeous girl in yoga pants you see, there's about 20 you see that probably shouldn't be wearing them.
I don't notice them. But I try to take the gynecologist route, I guess. I'm a professional about this. Okay, look, I'm married, but I have looked at the menu from time to time, and I only notice the good ones. But no, I don't. Not really. It's just kind of big.
Yeah, just walk into Walmart every once in a while.
Oh, I walk into Walmart
Only
quite
every
a bit.
time I go to Walmart.
Oh, there's a dress code at Walmart. It's anarchy. That is the dress code at Walmart. Those damn Walmart anarchists, man. Oh, I love it. There's some good people watching in Walmart.
There is.
Fucking Walmart's all right.
I'm running into shit because I'm just like,
and you think at one point, somebody's watching me.
yeah.
Look at this cool motherfucker. He looks different. What are you, rock star or something, man? Who are you? I may be the one being watched, but I'm watching too. I watch every one of y'all motherfuckers.
I'm already a huge people watcher, so I mean,
people are entertaining, man.
Yeah.
We're put here to be entertained by people. Even people that don't realize they're entertaining you.
It does make me feel a little bit better about myself. You know, if I go to Walmart and see.
Be careful.
Kind of put together, you know.
I like to think I have my shit put together. And I go to Walmart and it turns out I do. For the most part.
And then I go to all the way up to the highest of the high JCPenney and I don't feel so good.
Yeah. They just stare at me.
I know.
They don't
Damn
even
you
ask me if I need help.
Don't you understand? I'm not here to rob you. I'm just going to buy some shades. And maybe some Arizona pants. Because Arizona's cheap, man. What's the Arizona brand? Let's go there first. Fucking A, man. I'll always be a poor kid. It's like, dude, seriously, like if we're at that point of there's only a few dollars left, it's like I can fucking live on a few dollars, man. Let me tell you what, I can move some money around and whatnot and be like, okay, let me tell you, $1 will get you a pack of bologna, and another $1 will get you some bread, and then the remaining $18 you have can go toward a 30-pack of Natty. You can exist for a while on that, dude. I mean, that's
my guitar and recording equipment addiction has taught me very well that it is possible to live on ramen noodles.
Oh, you
for
damn
an
right.
extended amount of time.
Yes.
As in the past 2 weeks.
Yes,
Dude.
as in the past 2 weeks.
I lived on them so long now, they make me sick every damn time I eat them. Oh, man, we used to live on them some. We get creative with them, man. You take them, you cook them, and then you pull them out, and then you put them in a bowl, and you just put just a little bitty bit of it. That's the way I make them now, but like I pay for it every time. I mean, seriously, I get done. It's it's like, oh, good Lord have mercy.
I immediately regret this decision.
Holy shit. You're cheap and fast. Now I'll go to the bathroom. But, yeah, dude, God, we'd get creative with them. I mean, there's some shit you can do with them, but at the end of the day, they're ramen noodles, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll try my
I think I
damnedest.
bought a 12-pack for like $2.50.
Yeah. And get some hot dogs and chop up told me, It's like, man, this is fucking awesome.
Sit there and look at that new guitar. Totally worth it.
Oh, you
Totally
fucking
worth
ain't
it.
right, it is. I spent $60 at the bar last night. Best $60 I ever spent. I ain't got shit to eat. But I had fun. Oh, yes. Dude, that's the fucked up thing about being a parent, man. I can't do that shit. Fuck. You just don't understand, man. Hang on. I love being a dad, but just realize there's going to be a point where you got to... Man, it's just like, I really want to buy that guitar, but they got to eat too.
Through this, but I can't put my family through this.
They got to eat too. Shit. All right. I'll keep playing mine.
Yeah.
It's a good thing about being the single kidless guy.
Oh, it's awesome, dude. I enjoyed that for a while.
I do pretty much whatever I want.
I enjoyed it for a while. When my buddies were having families at 19, 20 years old, I was damn near, it could have happened. I got married young like that. Yeah, that is a great place to be, man. Hold on, because it's going to change. It's going to be cool when it changes. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But everything changes.
I just want to enjoy my 20s for a little bit.
Damn right. That's what I did. That's my 30s, man.
Unlike half of our, if not all of our high school class.
I've got classmates that have like two and three kids.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't y'all go with O'Brien? Thor?
Yeah.
No, he was a couple
years older. He has four.
Now.
He has four.
Yeah.
The Tharmy, yes.
Catholics.
Yeah.
Shooting for like an entire football team.
Yeah. No plans of stopping after 4. Wow.
Excessive.
Man,
I've got some nieces and nephews. They're pretty cool, but I can't. I can give them back.
Yes, I know. O'Brien, man, we were at Brandon's last birthday party, man, and O'Brien he didn't get a calm minute. It's just like every time he turned around, he just relaxed for a second. Look out the corner of his eyes, like, oh shit! There's some kid hanging upside down, off of the slide, just just loving life. It's the terror.
I think he's a stay-at-home dad now, so I mean, that's probably his everyday.
Oh, dude, he's got
no.
Oh yeah, he's got total spider sense at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, 360, man, 3D,
that's crazy,
like a motherfucker.
I don't even want to think about it.
Oh, I know.
I like
dude.
being young and reckless.
Yeah.
It is nice. It's a nice thing. I remember that.
Again, I like monthly payments going to cars or guitars or something instead of going to daycare.
Oh, buddy. Yeah. Oh, man, let me tell you. Oh, yeah.
And I hear you or Tyson or Brandon say what you'll have to spend on that. It's like, ugh, I couldn't eat.
Boy, let me tell you. I wonder why I ain't at all them shows with y'all. Y'all missed that. Yeah. Bobby started coming along about the time I was like, I just kind of can't go to shows anymore. Yeah. I don't have any money. My bills are paid and shit. But yeah, the discretionary income, I guess, is the smart word for it. But I don't have a lot of that. I have beer money. It's pretty much that. I can make it till next payday, and I will. I'll walk all the way to the back of Walmart to save money on a case of beer. Yellow Bellies, man, $18.99 all day long. Or United's got them now. That's where I've been going getting them. And oh man, I love that.
I'll just drink at the Iron Horse. That they'll have their weekly drink specials. Are like,
yeah, right.
PBR is like $2
$2 every day.
Hell yeah,
every day.
Yeah,
dude, did y'all read that shit about IPAs this week that came out?
It gives you
Speaking
man
of
boobs
which,
or some
yes.
shit?
I'm glad to stay away from IPAs.
And dude, yeah, me and you we've talked about that. I like to sit down and drink a good craft beer, but IPAs were always a bit much for me. It's a good thing now, apparently. And see, Brandon, after I posted that. Brandon's into brewing and stuff, and he went on Facebook and he's like, I'm glad this is getting some coverage now. So people are starting to understand this because IPAs are high and it's not estrogen, it's phytoestrogen or something scientific like that. It's like an estrogen substitute, and not only does it give you man boobs, it gives you something called brewer's droop. I googled brewer's droop.
That just sounds terrible.
You can't get it up because, yes.
Unfortunate.
Holy
that sucks.
Dude.
Brewer's droop.
You hear the old term whiskey dick, Yes. but yeah, and that's just like, damn, so this is a problem with that. dude, don't be surprised if it hurts that industry. It's amazing what social media and these sorts of things can do. Dude, you know something I've noticed here lately is it's just fucking crazy. The McDonald's on Kemp over by the radio station. Yeah. I started there full time. It's been over 5 years now. And at that point, when I would be going to work in the morning, so we're talking about the spring of 2010. At that point, I would, I remember pulling up at the stoplight over there right next to Parker Square, the one that would take you into the little strip mall there that has a Sprint store, and there's the Starbucks, you know, that light there. And you could see down to the McDonald's at that other light, and there was always a line that went out to the road, but they could still get you through that line in like 5 minutes. You know, their drive-through outperformed every other fast food restaurant. Their drive-through alone. That's not the case now. You can get through McDonald's in this town anyway, really, really fast, anywhere. And they have taken a massive hit, and you look at it and you go, damn, how is this even happening? And
is it because of that like the big health craze that's been going on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's amazing how all of this stuff affects everything, and I just wouldn't be surprised if IPAs get affected by that, you know? Talking about that story, it's like, damn, it's just like, it's amazing how, you know, the video went viral. This is how chicken McNuggets are made. And it's disgusting.
Yeah.
There was also the photos that came out of Slim Jims that I knew that they looked terrible. That is this horrible, like, pink paste, I believe it was. Thinking back to it, I still buy them.
Yeah.
But this is the deal, though.
I eat the shit out of chicken nuggets.
You know, yeah, me too. My kids love them. I mean, this is the thing. I came from a bacon plant there in Vernon, Tyson Foods, and when I first started there, it was Wright Brand Foods, and they still made ham, and ham looks disgusting in its rawest form.
I'm sure.
But I mean, ham's awesome. You know, and it's just, and so I wasn't just like totally, oh my God, but I could see why people were too.
Yeah.
And I think all of that's starting to catch up to them. They
I think it's been called the hot dog rule before. If you like something, don't ever learn how it's made.
Lips and assholes. Hot dogs. Yeah, I'd like a couple 12-inch lips and assholes.
I do not eat hot dogs. Never have, never will.
Dude, I love them.
I'm not about it.
Ooh, dollar dog now. It's like me and Jordan are always threatening to make the trip down to the ballpark one Wednesday. It's like, let's just cut out. I can voice track my entire show and be done. You know, I could be done. It's recorded. We could go down and just go to Dollar Hot Dog now, and just shovel them fuckers down my throat like there's no tomorrow. You know, I could be a competitive eater tonight.
That's always when my cousin wants to go. I'm like, that's not going to do anything for me, but sure, I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, I want to try a boomstick. I mean, there's no way I'm going to get through it.
Ash and Derek both destroyed one.
No shit.
Not even sharing. They each had their own, and they both
finished them.
I know Ash did. I'm pretty sure.
Wow, that's impressive.
Ash is a champion when it comes to throwing down some chow.
He had the sauerkraut on it.
He's good. He had a tanker.
Had the jalapenos on it. He had every damn thing you could put on there. And then the next thing you know, I looked over and his shirt was off.
Yep, that's Ash.
Only. Yep. That's Ash.
Yep, that's Ash.
Woo! I'm hot. I just knocked down a boomstick and I'm feeling sexy.
And we were in direct sunlight too.
We were
chugging off,
don't care. Hanging out. That's Ash.
Look at this ladies. Did y'all? It's been far too long since we've talked about Canadians on the podcast, and you know, every week we come in here and we do this and have more than we can possibly talk about over the course of the podcast. But this is one I'm like, we're fucking talking about this. I don't care, you know. But mostly because we haven't talked Canada in far too long. But apparently, Canadian cops rule. All right. A couple of cops there. It was Winnipeg, I believe. Here, let me see. Yeah, it was in Winnipeg. Yeah. The police, they They were out in their helicopter, and a news release came out that said that the cops in this helicopter were flying across this neighborhood near downtown there, good-sized town, and they didn't realize, the stop, it's the police, the PA system, that thing was on. So as they're flying over this neighborhood, one cop asked the other, "Can you give me a blowjob?" Hey, man, I sounded like that, but I hope it did. And the other officer replied, "You have too much body hair." Now I'm wondering, was one of them a chick? First of all, I mean,
it was never specified in that.
If it wasn't, that's cool, because I'm sure it's just cops being cops, cop humor. Oh, fuck you! No, but they're Canadians, and they're calling for them to get in trouble. These dudes are Canadians. They're not going to get in trouble, man.
All they got to say,
no, it's sorry. Like, it's just go, yeah, that's
sorry,
exactly it. Sorry. And the powers that be are like, they're just a couple of guys. I mean, yeah, they're cops, but they're guys. I mean, sometimes you joke about blowjobs, I mean, haven't you ever asked the guy next to you if he give you a blowjob? I thought everybody's done that, I mean, yeah, it's Canada, man. Canadian cops rule. What the fuck?
I think I somehow missed this in the prep, because I have no memory of this article at all.
I had already read about it beforehand. I had read about it, and there was people that were like live tweeting practically. They're like, "So did anyone else hear the cops talking about giving each other blowjobs?"
Totally, yeah. And it was
trending, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah,
we heard it too.
Whoops! The hashtags "whoops" and "speakerphone" were trending around Winnipeg because everybody heard this. Hey, would you give me? Can you give me a blowjob? I mean, he just wants to join the dude that got a blowjob in the helicopter club, and it just so happens. I would have.
If I heard that in town, I would laugh my ass off.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be mad.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I wouldn't care at all. I'd be like,
"Wouldn't you offended?"
Hey, look. This is the deal too. The kids are gonna ask what's up.
I feel you, man.
Yeah, because I'm in this point, now in dad mode. The kids are gonna, "What's a blowjob?" Man, sometimes when you're a cop, you have to have the other people blow. It's a breathalyzer thing. You see, I would have figured out a response to that would have totally deflected that shit quick. That's on me. Hey, they fucked up, dude. They just thought they were two men, one offering the other a blowjob, and they were asking for a blowjob, not offering, asking for he just asked for a blowjob, and it just so happens the PA was on in the city of Winnipeg, heard him ask his partner for a blowjob that he declined because he was too hairy. Now, if he'd have been Manscaped, you might have gave him a Hummer. Now we're still saying maybe one of those cops was a female, but my guess is this was one cop giving the other cop a hard time, and it, just dude humor. But there's still the bi-curious cop. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. So you're not gonna do it? That's cool. It's cool. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Totally joking, man. Yeah.
No, I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. No, I'm totally straight, man. I just bi-curious. Sometimes you gotta throw the hook out there, see if you can pull the fish in.
So that's out. If you don't like it, just toss it right
back.
It's
cool.
It's
cool. It's all good.
No? Okay. We're good.
Right. But speaking of perversions and craziness and whatnot, did you read the story about the lady in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, who she's out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Her name, Janine Risley. She was there for her work, and she was staying in the guest portion of her boss's house back on March 10th. Well, she told authorities that an unknown man pulled her out of bed, attacked her in a bedroom, and raped her at knife point. However, her fitness watch, of all fucking things, what a Fitbit or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
All right, which she claimed was lost in the struggle. It was actually found undamaged in a hallway over by the bathroom she supposedly got raped in. Well, investigators downloaded her fitness activity, and they saw that she'd been awake and just walking around the entire night, not sleeping or anything. There were other parts of the story that didn't add up. The house was surrounded in snow, but there wasn't a fucking footprint. One.
Yeah.
The smoking gun. Her boss had told her that she would no longer be a temporary director with the company, and she was supposed to tell her staff. So, crazy bitch. The Buck Cherry song immediately pops into mind. It's just like, oh, you're letting me go? Well, I'm just going to start a good old-fashioned shitstorm. I mean, how could you possibly think you could fucking get her? She plants a knife, saying, you know, she was raped at knife point. She knocks over this furniture and shit. It's like, you're a crazy bitch. We know this, you know. And at what point do you fucking think that, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and start some shit.
Might as well.
You're letting me go.
Yeah, I'm on the way out. Might as see what we can do with this.
Just like, fuck the world, man. Yeah. You ain't, you don't know me. No, apparently not. I'm a crazy motherfucker. You don't know me at all. I'm crazy. I will make shit rough for you. You're going to fire me? Okay. I realize I'm going to come out of this looking like shit, but oh fucking well.
Yeah.
Yeah. These going to be hard times 3 for you. So yeah, fucking crazy people. But you know, they make doing the podcast fun.
Indeed.
True.
You know,
Indeed.
That's what we come in here for, to shoot the shit about various things and to make fun of people who do dumb shit, because we do dumb shit too. And hey, whenever I do something dumb, you make fun of it, I'll understand. Fuck it. I fucked up.
Speaking of dumb, I don't know if we have time or not, but I wanted to really talk about a video that was posted on the Buzz about a man getting his nose chopped off by a sword.
Dude, it was fucking hilarious.
I've done some dumb drunk stuff.
I have too.
But if anybody had pulled a sword out, nope, game over.
Dude, and, you know, that's so, you know, I know people are listening to this, had to have seen it, but if you haven't, go over to 1063thebuzz.com. He's right. The guy, they're just partying. Of all the things, you think, okay, you with the samurai sword, I trust you. I am going to put this fucking sausage in my mouth. I'm going to lean back
in my mouth.
And I'm going to impress the world with this. And just watching that dude's nose come off, man.
You see it just kind of
slow motion.
It's just like,
oh. Not to mention the guy's like trying to hold the sword and he's like kind of like swaying.
Yeah.
He's like,
what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Hey, even if we were stone sober, what could possibly go wrong? But this motherfucker's drunk, and he's got a samurai sword, and there just so happens to be a sausage over here.
And
let's impress some motherfuckers.
Yes. And possibly the worst part of that, or at least for me, would be having to explain to everyone in the ER and afterwards what happened to your nose that it's stitched back on.
Oh, no. At least it was there.
Well,
story
man,
leave out the sausage part. Yeah, leave out the sausage part and just say you were attacked by the fucking samurai.
You should see the samurai.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, he'll come dragging his jacked up ass in here before too much longer, and you'll see. Just let me get up out of here real quick before that video hits the internet, because after that, you're gonna know you worked on me, because that's the deal. It's all good, man. You can have your 15 minutes of internet fame, but that 15 minutes could be wrong. That could be bad internet fame, man. And dude is a shining example.
And you're forever known as the guy that got his nose cut off.
Forever. No matter what you do, you could go on to host late night with the dude that got his nose cut off. You could be the motherfucking man, but you're still gonna be that dude. But hey, got your fame, man. Welcome to the new world, man. It's a crazy fucking world we live in.
And we're back to the first part of the podcast talking about social media.
That's it. I wonder what my kids are going to have to deal with, you know, in 20 years when they're in their mid-20s, early and mid-20s, you know. It's like, dude, it's at this point, I'm 20 years past, that midpoint of my 20, or, early 20s, 42, back in the early to mid 90s. And things have changed a lot, but they haven't. It's still the same world I lived in. But, what will that be like, though, when they're at that age? I don't know.
I'm really glad that my parents didn't have smartphones when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Oh, because I see some embarrassing photos that get posted of some people's kids or videos or whatever, and I'm glad that
oh my God,
those do not exist.
I'll just do it myself. I have no shame for the most part. So,
Bobby, the Snapchat king over here.
Oh, goddamn right.
Snapchat.
No one is safe.
No.
I know nothing of it. Jordan does it every now and then.
That's where it's at.
Do you just troll people?
I do.
Are they like friends?
Oh yeah.
That you just want to fire up?
Yeah. Well,
especially him and Rusty.
I'll just sit there on the couch. Like, I just got a Snapchat of myself. Okay, cool. Thanks, Bobby.
Why not?
I was trying to get him yesterday because he was fucking farting. He was so proud of himself, and I was just waiting.
Well, man, check that out.
Send it to everybody because they didn't have to smell it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So you could at least know that I did, world.
Once you know the shit I got to deal with.
Oh, don't we all, man? I know. The pain. The pain of roommates. Oh, it's a good thing, though, man. You form that tight bond that you have forever, man. Even if there was ever, like, if you moved out on a bad note or whatever, dude's gotten to, you got into a scrap or whatever, an argument, whatnot. And later on, say it's my old roommate, he's, and now everybody that I was ever roommates was kind of a close bud anyway. There was never just like a college, we were in the same door, in the Navy, there were, but mostly when I lived, there was like 80 of us in a fucking this little bitty area. That doesn't really count. That's a fucked up world, man. But we got another Thrashman Chronicles in the book. Volume 1, Chapter 12.
Right on.
Solve the world's problems once again. Johnny Thrash, 1063thebuzz.com is where you listen live, weekdays Central Time, 2 to 7. I'll do The Oath, my metal show, Saturday nights from 10 to 1. You can find me on Twitter. My handle over there is _Thrashman. I'm also on Instagram, jthrash91, I believe, is my handle over there. I think. No, Johnny Thrash 1. Johnny Thrash 1 also. I'm on the Facebook, and I've been blessed to be in the presence of Bobby Scobie and Jeff Catlin here for taking time with me. Jeff on Red Beer Sound on Instagram. Yes. Very active on Instagram.
Yes.
Killing the amp game.
Yeah. I've also built custom amplifiers and do some recording too.
Yes.
So you can find me on the Instagram.
Yeah.
My work.
He'll hook you up. Knows what's going on, man. Bobby active on a Twitter as well as on every
I'm quite
social
the social media whore.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm all right with it.
Are you serious? WTF?
Yes.
And you have,
on all social media, pretty much. Yeah.
There we go.
Keeps it simple.
The brothers are second round, man. We've done it again. It's been a really good podcast. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Dude's badass, man. We're done. Another podcast. Another Thrashman Chronicles. Another Thrashman Chronicles in the books, man. It's been awesome. Thank y'all.